Hey YouTubers, and welcome back to Tony the Technician channel. Today we're going to be going into Harbor Freight's new tools, and I like to do these once every few weeks, 3 or 4 weeks or so, just to kind of update everybody on what our Harbor Freight has that are new products. And we'll just kind of go down the list, and I don't know how long they keep new items on the new list, but if you keep going, there are items from a long time ago. So I'm just going to start at the top from their most recent and work our way to where the last video of Harbor Freight's new tools ended. So I hope you guys enjoy, and hopefully we find some pretty good products. So I'm not going to go over absolutely everything. They have a lot of grinding wheels and miscellaneous little things. We're not going to go over all of that. So you'll be able to see a majority of it, but I'll only speak on a few of them. Sandpaper. I don't buy any of my sandpaper from Harbor Freight. I've had bad experiences with them. A new Warrior corded angle grinder. I don't own any of the Harbor Freight power tools. I've heard good things about some of their cordless tools. Warrior is like some of the cheapest stuff they have, and probably some of the cheapest stuff you can buy as far as corded tools or tools and power tools in general. So I just stay away from those. I always go with name brands that I know and trust. Here they have a 300 lumen 3-in-1 LED lantern, fan, and power bank for $20. Here they have an extendable breaker bar. I have one from Olsa, I believe. Very similar. I do like how this one has a little pull tab. You just kind of pull it down and then you extend it and you can lock it. The Olsa one has a twisting shaft, so like sometimes it locks in place and sometimes it doesn't. But they are nice to have, and for $30 that's not a bad deal. The overall length, it extends from 16 inches to almost 25 inches. They have some hole saws. Here they actually have a power probe, the Power Probe 319, and this is a fair price for it. It sells anywhere from that $140 price up to $200, just depending on where you purchase it from. But I was surprised to see this on Harbor Freight's website, and I think this is a pretty cool addition. Power probes can be very handy in diagnosing and solving issues in the electrical system, being able to power certain items, ground certain items. Just a very unique and helpful tool, especially if you are doing any sort of electronical diagnosis. This can be a huge help. And $140, that is a great deal. I do like how they're comparing. Harbor Freight always compares their stuff to the more professional brands, but here they're just literally comparing it to the Power Probe on a different site. So here you can see it compared to a $200 one, so you're saving $60 by buying it at Harbor Freight. Then they have a lot of the new Zurich OBD2 code readers, and they range. They have them all the way from $50 to $300. I'm not going to go through all of them and tell you which one they can do. They kind of show in the description here. This one has active tests and 3.5-inch display, and then this one has ABS, SRS. This one has ABS, and then obviously the more expensive, the more features each one has. I don't have any experience with the Zurich brand. Work gloves. Here they have a Doyle 5-inch multi-purpose vise for $170. I haven't bought any vices from Harbor Freight. I've heard really bad things about some of their cheap vices. This one I do like the design, and $170 isn't that cheap, but it's debatable. You can find some good American-made vices for just a little bit more, so it's kind of hard to really say on that. So if anybody's used the Doyle vice, please let me know your guys' thoughts. A 6-gallon, 0.8 horsepower pancake compressor for $140. Some more saw blades, sump pumps. Here they have some Quinn flare nut wrench sets, SAE and metric, both at $35, both 5-piece sets. Flare nut wrenches are definitely handy to have. When you go too cheap with them, they do tend to spread when torque is applied to them. The cheaper ones do tend to open up and they don't bite as well, and then you take the chance of rounding off that fastener. But flare nuts are really nice, so if anybody has used the Quinn set, please let me know your guys' thoughts. Are they a set that opens fairly easily, or are they a decent set? I have the gear wrench set, and they do fairly well, and they're around the same price. Then they have the new Bremen locking vice grip pliers, all around that $12 to $14 price range of different designs. You got your long noses, your curved jaw, and your straight jaws. These are the Comfort Grip as well. I had Comfort Grip vice grips and I didn't care for them. The handles were too bulky and they kind of got in the way, so I went away from those and just got the non-Comfort Grip style. Here are some more of the Doyle vices of the different styles and sizes. They have a 4-inch, 6-inch, and then the one we saw before was a 5-inch. Then here they have the Ames, whatever you want to call it, professional compact infrared thermal camera for $180. It can definitely help in diagnosing. This one's kind of nice because you can see exactly where the heat is or where the heat is not. Whereas a standard infrared thermal temperature gun, you kind of have to rely on that laser or get really close to whatever you're trying to figure out, whereas this kind of creates an image so you can really see that heat or lack of heat. So it is nice, but it is fairly expensive at $180. Then they have another half-inch drive set released from Icon, their sockets. In the last video, they released the Icon Ratchets and Sockets 2.0, the updated ones, due to the sockets being a little soft and wearing out rather quickly, and then the ratchets having a binding issue. Here they have a Braun 300 lumen magnetic flexible headlight, some Icon large reversible ratcheting wrenches in both SAE and metric, both running at $200, so definitely getting up there in the price range. So once again, everybody knows Icon is like Harbor Freight's higher end stuff or more expensive stuff. And a lot of the items, it can be hit or miss, not as far as really quality. They're doing a pretty good job correcting the issues that they've had in the first year or two and bringing better products, but once again, the prices on a lot of the items are just a little high for what they are, but they are getting better about them. Once again, these are the larger sizes, so the metric set 21, 22, 24, 27, 30, and 32. Foldable utility shovel, those are always handy. Long reach universal hose clamp pliers from Quinn. I can't say I've used anything quite like that before. It's a double X kind of stamped steel, cheaper design hose clamp pliers. A new Hercules 12-inch dual bevel compound miter saw with a LED. See, I've heard pretty good things about the Hercules tools. This one's running around $300. It's getting up there for a 12-inch compound miter saw. Not terrible. I wouldn't say it's the best deal though. If you guys have used the Hercules lineup of power tools, please let me know your guys' thoughts. I've heard a lot of good things about Hercules. And then they have the 200 lumen rechargeable pen light, and this one does include a UV light. So if you're using any chemicals to find leaks or anything like that, this is definitely a nice little light to have. $24, it's definitely a good deal, especially with it being rechargeable. I think that's a good deal. Here they have a 7,000 lumen 2-foot linkable LED hanging shop light with a motion sensor. If those LEDs hold up, I think this is a really good deal for $40. They're not super long, they're rather short, but you can link them, once again, like it states. So it could definitely be a great way to upgrade your shop lighting, and very affordable as well. So as long as those LEDs last a long time, 7,000 lumens at $40, and you can link them, I think that's a great deal. Here they have some heat sleeves if you're ever working around headers or anything like that, working on hot engine bays. These can definitely save you. Here they have the Icon Allens with the ball end, the colored, metric, all around the $20 price range. Here they have a 18-inch indexable wrecking bar, Quinn for $25, another Warrior product for $17. Like I said, I'd just stay away from all of that. Some Doyle 5-inch flush cuts for $9. Some more sandpaper I stay away from. Then they have their newer Earthquake XT pneumatic air tools, half-inch drive. You can get them in multiple different colors. $170. go ahead and check out the specs. So it delivers up to 1,200 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. There's just some of the specs on it. So 1,000 foot-pounds maximum torque, 1,200 breakaway. So not a bad deal, $170 if you still use pneumatic air tools. I know a lot of people are switching to cordless tools, though. They're doing amazing things with cordless tools and the power that they can create now. So they've also just released the Hercules 20-volt brushless cordless 3/8 and half-inch drive. 3/8 is $90, half-inch drive is $100, and that's the tool only. And for the half-inch drive, you're looking at 555 foot-pounds of breakaway torque. Then they have a Luminar Works 6,000 lumen LED work light. I used to have the Luminar Works rechargeable underhood work light. The battery didn't last long, and it wasn't the brightest. They've since upgraded to a better one, but Luminar makes some decent LED lights. This one is corded, so I'm sure it is just fine. I probably just wouldn't buy any of the Luminar Works rechargeable lights. Then they have plastic fastener kit. These are always handy to have. Doing fender liners and engine bay, little clips and all of that. $13, it's a pretty good deal. Lots of work gloves and grinding discs. Here's a heavy duty oil filter wrench set, so a good selection there for $85 from Maddox. Quinn impact screwdriver. These are always handy to have, especially dealing with old rusty brakes or any old rusty fastener. And then after this, we're basically getting back into the items we finished up the last video on. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. There's a few new items that are worth considering if you're in the market for any of those. Once again, I think that Braun overhead linkable LED light is a fantastic deal. But once again, I hope you guys enjoyed this little Harbor Freight new tools update. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to drop a comment down below. Or if you guys have any input on any of those items I mentioned on some of the tools that have been recently released, please let me know down in the comments. If you guys enjoyed, please hit that thumbs up, leave a comment down below of your guys' thoughts overall on the video, and as always, subscribe if you're not a subscriber. See you guys next time.